Well, a big, heavy, intense day for me today. Today is day 5 of my current 5-day workout split, deadlifts and quads. This is the foundation of my entire 5-day workout program. So why don't you hang around for a bit, join me in the gym, and see how it all went down. Let's go do it. Alrighty, so as I'm warming up for today's deadlift session, I'd like to take a couple of minutes to explain and talk about exactly what I'm up to here. Now, I spend a lot of time talking about deadlifts, leg days, that kind of thing. That's because I consider these big, heavy days to be the price of admission for the rest of the workouts. Leg days, squats, deadlifts, all this stuff I consider to be the foundation of my workout program. So if I don't do these, I might as well not even do the rest of my workouts either. That's how important I consider this. So I spend a lot of time and energy on this, and it is a large part of my current fitness journey. So that's why I spend so much time on this, and that's why we're back in here today. Now, as I mentioned, today is day 5 of my current 5-day workout split, and it is deadlifts and quads. You'll notice I have deadlifts in uppercase letters there because they have the focus on this workout. Not that my quads are getting shortchanged. I'm just going to put the focus on the deadlifts. So I have a 2-day split for this particular day, and alternate between session 1 and session 2. Session 1, I start with quads. I do that as like a seated movement, like a leg press or something like that, to save on back fatigue, and then move into a heavy deadlift session. In session 2, I start with deadlifts and then move to quad work. And for example, today you're going to see I'm going to use a V squat machine, and then move on to some finishing movements, like in this case today, leg extensions. Now, when I say I put the emphasis on deadlifts, I'm doing deadlifts in a progressive overload fashion, and that means, in my case, a 3x5, where when I can do 3 sets of 5 reps successfully at a given weight, I'll move up 5 pounds, and then just progressively overload, progressively make progress. Whereas my quad work is going to be more hypertrophy focused. So I'm going to do a 3x8 at a minimum, 8 reps being the minimum. Maybe might move that up to 10 or 12 later, I don't know, but right now I'm working on the 1x8 type of approach. And I still plan on incorporating back squats. I just haven't pulled that trigger yet. I'm focusing on deadlifts at the moment. And today, as I said, is going to be deadlifts first, 3x5 progressive overload, and follow that up with 3 sets of 8 reps on the V squat machine to an RPE of 9+, RPE being rate of perceived effort, and on that scale, 10 represents that final rep is the last one you could reasonably do, and I want to get as close to that point of failure as possible today on the hack squats. And then I'll finish up with some leg extensions as a finishing movement. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into today's workout. Let's go do it. Alrighty. Off we go into the actual meat and potatoes of today's deadlift session. 3 sets of hopefully 5 reps. I think the warm-ups took every bit as long as these 3 working sets here, but that's okay because I'm really trying to emphasize my warming up lately. I think that goes without saying. It's just a good idea, particularly when you get a little age on you. I restarted my deadlifting, if you don't know, in early October of this year, 2023. after a little bit of a layoff, had a little bit of an illness. So the layoff wasn't by design. Last year I had a goal to get to a legit 410-pound deadlift pull, which I did, and actually got a little further than that. Actually, I got a 430-pound legit deadlift pull, and that little 6-month layoff has certainly moved me back in the other direction. So on my restart, I wasn't exactly sure where I was going to be, but I did know that deadlifting is a very important and vital, and as I said, foundational exercise, so I wanted to get back in them. And here I am. This is session 4 of my restart, and I've moved along pretty well. I'm moving up 5 pounds every time I'm able to successfully get 3 sets of 5 reps in my progressive overload approach. Now, progressive overload meaning once I'm able to do 3 sets of 5 reps successfully, I move up 5 pounds. So that's what I'm doing. And I may change that to a 5x5 approach later, or something different if I get a little stale and reach a plateau. But right now, sticking with it, making good progress. And next deadlift session, I'll be up at 335. Looking forward to it. And by the way, I'm doing these deadlifts every 5th day. This particular session today just happened to be after a 7-day layoff. It was 7 days rest. I did it on 7 days rest. I had a busy schedule this week, and but that's okay. I think those extra 2 days rest didn't hurt. Felt pretty good. Actually got 6 reps in that last deadlift set. All right, enough of the deadlifts. So then I moved into my quad portion of today's workout, and I mentioned earlier that I was going to do 3 sets of 8 reps on this V squat machine, and do them at an RPE of 9 plus. So my working weight today on this was, I'll call this 375. Now obviously it's not 375 like on a bar. It's the same plate load that 375 would represent on a bar. And I got the first set done, and it was a good one. It was a burner. Got 8 reps out of that, but I felt a little bit too much work in my back there, and I didn't want to do that after the deadlift session, so I swapped over and did 2 sets on this, I'll call this a linear hack squat machine, and this has a whole different, this is kind of like a seated one. It's not like a seated leg press, but there's absolutely no back pressure on this at all, just all quad work. So I finished up with 2 sets of, I think 12 on here, or 8, I don't know. Can't remember actually. But this was a good way to finish up. And this machine right here, it looks like it would be a bit stressful on the knees, but not even a little bit, not for me anyway. So this is just an example of where I reserve the right to deviate a little bit from my workout plan as I go along during a given session or a given workout. And today was an example of that. And in this case, it didn't really make much of a difference because I was still focusing on quads. In this particular 3 sets here, I wanted to do and focus on quads, and particularly in more of a hypertrophy type approach, like 8 reps or more. So really these last 2 sets here were more in the hypertrophy type range of reps. So this all worked out good. I got 3 good high intensity, high RPE sets here for the quad portion of today's workout. So I'm happy with that. And like I said, I'm going to finish up today's workout with some finishing movement, a finishing movement, and today I'm opting for leg extensions, which I do on most days. Sometimes I'll do leg extensions, sometimes I'll do like body weight lunges or RDLs or or I guess RDLs is not right. I guess like Bulgarian split squats. Let's call it that. At any rate, this was a really good workout for me today. Good deadlift session, strong quad session, and really happy with the low volume, high intensity. I think that's working well for me, in particular on my leg day, deadlift day, that type of work. I'm going to stick with it for a while. And I'm also very happy that you took the time to stop in and hang out with me a bit today. I know I dwell on legs a lot. I do a lot of videos on legs and deadlifts, but as I said, I think this is very important. And so if you were kind enough to stop in, it means I haven't bored you to death yet. Like I said, I think this is foundational, so I stick with it, and I just want to drive home the point that I think it's important. And also, quick reminder, if you would, hit that like button, share this with your friends, hit that notification bell, and if you haven't, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here. And as I'm finishing up here, I'll just leave you with this. Till next time, go get 'em. Mark out.